If you listen to the show for any length of time, you probably already know I love game shows. That's right, Kate, right? Mm-hmm. Massively exact game shows. It's Prospector show here on Rock 107. Last night I'm watching Wheel of Fortune. Ryan Seacrest is interviewing one of the contestants, and she dropped this nugget.
My favorite musician in the world is Bon Jovi. Whenever he is on the radio, Mom is singing as loud as she can possibly sing him.
That was the concert I wanted to go to as a kid. My mom wouldn't let me, so the next day a friend of mine went and brought me the concert t-shirt, so I pretended like I went. I didn't go, and it was a great moment.
Ryan, wait, was your mother that strict?
Yeah, I mean, the first concert she let me go to was Richard Marx, which was great.
I'm sure it was, but it's a step down from Bon Jovi to see Richard Marx, you know what I'm saying? But we want to talk about this morning. I saw Bon Jovi on their first tour, but it was my 10th show ever. Kate, first concert you ever saw?
Slayer with my dad.
Man, my dad took me down to see Journey in June of '83. So, yeah, that's what we want to know this morning. What was the first concert you ever saw? You can get us on the Rock Lines, open mic, and text us or social media.
Chris from Twitter has Ted Nugent and Helix at Rocky Glen in the early 80s.
I was at that show.
Of course you were.
Of course, I loved Nugent and Helix. I thought was a great band. The only song I remember now is Rock You, and it was like, give me an R, and like this big shout-out chant in the beginning of it. They were a Canadian band, if I remember correctly. On to the Rock Lines, Joe from Clark Summit. First concert you ever saw?
Ted Nugent and Crocus at the Kingston Armory.
Ted Nugent and Crocus at the Armory. Do you remember what year?
I want to say around 81. Everything in a nutshell, I didn't hear right for about 3 days afterwards.
Nugent was known to be loud back in the day.
Ryan from your Facebook Live with opening act Weezer at Wilkes, 1994. $10 for a show, trying to get a beer at that price for a concert. Now, I remember only knowing the Sweater song by Weezer at the time, but I was up front and they opened with My Name as Jonas.
My name is Jonas.
Yes,
great song.
and it just blew my eardrums.
Now, I was at that show. I didn't know even who Weezer was. My friend loved Live, so I went and I ran into Rock 107's Mike Evans. He's like, you're going to love Weezer. And when they started with My Name is Jonas, like 30 seconds in, I'm like, oh my God, what a great thing. Well, it was a very cool show. Texted in on the Rock Lines, 1984, I think, Twisted Sister and Rat at the Allentown Fairgrounds.
That sounds like a nice one, too.
I've still never seen Twisted Sister. Len from Sweet Valley in on the Rock Lines. First concert you ever saw at Rock 107?
I think it was Queen opening for Mata Hoople at King's College.
Oh, I hate you so much. I am so jealous of you, man. You know, in my mind, it sounds like one of the best concerts you'd ever see in your lifetime. Would you put it up there?
Yeah, I can't remember. That was a long time ago.
All right. Did you even know who Queen was at the time, or did you walk in and you're just like, who's this?
No. Yeah. No idea.
Yeah, and that happened a lot with shows. You'd go and see this opening band, and they turned out to be massive and all that stuff. And you're like, I saw them, but I don't remember.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, it's real cool.
Mike from our TikTok, The Who, I can't say that. Quadrophenia tour. Okay, tour at Nashua Coliseum. We were practically in the rafters, but it was a great tour. I did pretty good pronouncing it.
Sure.
Stacy from your Instagram, Cheap Trick, and when they started playing Surrender, which was my favorite song, I threw my fist up in the air, accidentally punched a guy right behind me. I was 14. Nice. Good for you.
I mean, lucky she didn't get into any I'm assuming nobody gave her any guff over it. It's an accidental punch. On to the Rock Lines here. Kevin from Shavertown, first show you ever saw, Rock 107.
Ozzy with Vandenberg in 81 down in Atlantic City.
Now, I remember Ozzy almost played the CYC, but that show got canceled. You got to see it in AC. Did you drive there, or did you live there?
No, I lived down in Delaware, but I went. It was a great time.
Rock 107.
Rainbow and the Scorpions around 1979 at the CYC. Whole group of us walked over from a friend's house in Southside. We had a couple of beers. We had some joints. We had a real good time.
I bet you had a good time. I remember walking to CYC shows from South Scranton myself.
And Liz from our TikTok, June 27 of 83, Def Leppard, Crocus, Gary Moore, Allentown Fairgrounds. My friend's mom, drove us down and dropped us off for the day. I love the song Screaming in the Night.
That's a great song and a great show. The first concert you ever saw, I'm sure there are still many memories for many people here at Rock 107.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A TikToker named David Dominguez runs a channel where he goes around to farmers markets, finds vendors with no customers, and highlights them on social media. He's trending after he recently featured a mom-and-pop beef jerky brand in Texas called Donna's Jerky. The video has over 30 million views now. Donna says she woke up one day to her phone dinging like crazy, and every ding was another order. She's been rushing to fill them for the past month and still has a backlog of about 2,000 orders to fill.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
Have you ever said yes to something normally you would have said no to? Good morning. It's Prospector Show on Rock 107. So Tara, my wife, and I rolled into Breaker Outpost in Archibald the other night. I'm thinking it's going to be simple. Quick bite, maybe a beer, nothing fancy. Sit down, order, eat, leave.
Okay,
easy.
Simple and easy in the same sentence coming from you. I'm not buying it, but whatever.
Look, this is why I was bracing myself. I'm already in full grumpy mode, scanning the menu like it owes me money.
You're in grumpy mode all the time. So what happened?
All right, we sit down, we place our orders, and out of nowhere, this woman comes over, and she's got like a huge smile, and I'm thinking, she's going to try and sell us something. I know it. I can just feel it. And she's like, do you want to play Singo? I'm like, yeah.
Singo?
Yeah.
Like bingo, but like with singing, I imagine?
Normally my answer is no. I'm ready to shut it down immediately.
You didn't? You're saying you didn't?
No, because she said the magic word, free.
Free changed everything for singing?
Well, I didn't have to sing, too, so here's how it works. Okay, so Tara and I look at each other and we said, well, we can't say no to free. And like you, I thought Singo is bingo with songs. But here's how it works. Instead of letters and numbers in the board like G23, you listen for songs and mark your board. So you hear like, oh, that's, the Who Pinball was, boom, got it, blah, blah, blah. You try not to scream your song hits, you get a line, you win prizes, simple.
Okay, so this is something that I imagine you're going to be super competitive about because it has to do with songs.
You're not wrong. We stayed longer than we planned, and normally I'd be the guy trying to get out of there as soon as possible, but here we are. We're laughing. Tara and I are trying to beat everybody at a game, and we just couldn't stop playing.
So you were having fun?
Yeah.
You, cranky prospector, was having fun in public?
Almost unbelievable. And there were prizes, sure, but the real prize was just kind of being in the moment. You know what I mean? Enjoying the music, enjoying my wife Tara and I plotting against the other teams in place, enjoying it, really. It was amazing.
It sounds really amazing, and I wouldn't have pegged you as a Singo champ.
No, the moral of the story to me, not so much playing Singo, which was awesome, but my default is no. And saying no to everything isn't always good. Sometimes you got to say yeah. So when something free, unexpected, pops into your lap, it could be totally fun. Even a quick trip for dinner could turn into a full-on laugh till your face hurts kind of evening.
That's so nice. Taking note, if Prospector can be convinced to play a game, that's a sign that you should probably try it too.
That's right. Who knew a normal meal would turn into a full-on Singo adventure, and now I'm obsessed. So let the fun find you, Kate. That's what I'm saying. Even if, like me, you're usually actively avoiding it.
The following rant may cause you to pull your hair out, scream at the radio, punch the dashboard. Complaints should be addressed to loudmouth at rock107.com.
Hey, I'm Rock 107's Prospector, and here's what's got me jacked. You ever notice how every company acts like you owe them something? I call my bank because their app locks me out again. I didn't do anything. Typed the same password I've been typing since Obama. 47 minutes on hold, listening to music that sounds like a ghost choking on a flute, and then the second the problem's fixed, the robot pounces. Please stay on the line for a short survey. No, sorry, absolutely not. The word short coming from a corporation is a threat. Nobody says short unless pain's coming. Short meeting, short delay, short survey. That's corporate for you ain't getting out of here yet. And after they hit you with that fake, calm, hostage negotiator voice, your feedback is very important to us. No, stop it, all right? If my feedback mattered, I wouldn't have to spend an hour listening to music on hold that sounds like it was recorded inside a haunted Panera. And it's never one question. It's an interrogation. How did we do? How do you think you did? How did this interaction make you feel? Like I was being punished for doing business with you. Would you recommend this experience? I wouldn't recommend this to somebody I'm actively mad at. Then comes the lie they're really proud of. Your response helps improve our quality. No, it doesn't. I've taken dozens of your surveys. Nothing's improved. Your quality has been in progress since 2009. Your quality is like a broken escalator. It's just stairs now. It works, but not the way it should, you know? We all see it. Stop pretending. And all this because they say they need data to help improve. They don't need data. They need more employees. They need an app that doesn't collapse like a lawn chair. Stop treating me like an unpaid intern. Stop asking me to rate an experience you screwed up. Stop giving me homework after you've punched me in the soul for an hour. Here's my final answer, corporations. You want me to stay on the line for a survey? No. I'm hanging up. I'm done. And if your entire business model collapses because I didn't press 1 through 5, then your company deserved to die. I'm Prospector. I'm for the people. Who's with me? I gotta go crazy, man.
Ever see the crazy guy screaming at the wall outside the Times building?
Where does this rage come from, my son?
Tweet us with hashtag #IFoundProspector and we'll come and get him. Prospector. Mornings on Rock 107.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather round the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yam Bag of the Week, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds.
Nominee number 1.
Mermaids are usually associated with the ocean, not random ponds in Louisiana. A 41-year-old woman named Erin Sutton was arrested in northern Louisiana on Tuesday after she got naked, jumped in her neighbor's pond, and told cops she was trying to be a mermaid. The neighbor says it's not the first time she's skinny dipped in the pond. They've warned her before, but she didn't listen, so they called 911 to report it. Cops showed up and tried to coax her out of the water, but she refused. She said she was trying to be a mermaid and didn't explain why or what that meant. She eventually got out, but then charged one of the deputies. They tased her, but it had zero effect. She allegedly kicked and punched a cop before they finally restrained her. She's facing charges for public drunkenness, public intimidation, battery of a police officer, criminal trespassing, and resisting arrest.
Nominee number 2.
Just a heads up, the silent treatment isn't a great defense in court. Plugging your ears and saying, "I can't hear you," doesn't work either. A guy in Michigan is facing charges after he allegedly fired a gun outside of a middle school when they wouldn't let him pick up his son. Now footage from the arraignment is going viral. Cops say 44-year-old Shantez Gregory was standing a foot from the school when he fired multiple shots. They say he didn't shoot at the building, but the whole school went into active shooter lockdown. His arraignment on Zoom last Thursday was nuts because he refused to answer the judge's questions and wouldn't even state his name. He claimed they were wasting his time and plugged his ears and fingers at one point. He didn't say, "La, la, 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 I can't hear you." But that was the whole vibe. The judge noted he had issues in the past and he'd kidnapped his son from school before. It sounds like he's not allowed to pick him up. The shooting happened around 9:50 in the morning. Near the end of the hearing, he called the judge a racist and told her to, quote, "get a real job."
Nominee number 3.
Stanley Cups aren't that hard to come by these days, unless you're a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs. But seriously, still, no one deserves to have theirs stolen. A 29-year-old woman in Florida named Ariana Moss was arrested on a misdemeanor charge after she allegedly stole a coworker's 40-ounce light blue Stanley Cup. It was a $60 cup, but it was used, not new. Ariana was caught on camera eyeing the cup, hiding it in her lunchbox, and leaving with it. It wasn't an accident. She knew it belonged to a 22-year-old coworker. In fact, she even talked about it before. The coworker said Ariana once pointed to the cup and said, "This cup would be great to hold my breast milk." It's unclear if that's why she stole it or not. Either way, it's super weird to say. Ariana has since quit her job as a supervisor. It's unclear if the Stanley Cup was returned, and if so, if the coworker is willing to drink from it again.
Nominee number 4.
There's drunk, and then there's how are you even alive drunk? A 41-year-old man in Wisconsin was arrested after he was caught driving while 21 times the legal limit. If you're wondering how that's even possible, it usually isn't. He was 21 times the legal limit on a technicality. The normal legal limit is .08, but he had a previous DUI, so the legal limit for him was .02. Basically, not allowed to have any drinks. Still, his blood alcohol was insanely high, with a breathalyzer checked him at .427. Even by normal standards, that's more than 5 times the legal limit. Anything over .4 is seen as potentially fatal. Cops say he was all over the road, kept speeding up and slowing down, and almost slammed into a guardrail before they stopped him. He was so drunk they took him to the hospital first, then to jail. He's facing charges for drunk driving and driving without a court-mandated interlock device.
And the winner is
The drunk driver who was 21 times the legal limit. You are the Yam Bag of the Week. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.